Hi, and welcome back to TK in Kenya. First of all, I wanted to give out a couple of massive thank yous. So, first of all, thank you to anyone that's taken an interest in the great work that Kipawa and Macheo are doing out here in Kenya. Really importantly, we've got the message out to loads and loads of people. And lots of people have also given donations, which will just go a huge way to transforming lives of children out here. The amount raised so far is the equivalent of, say, nearly 90 counselling services, which are really critical at the moment. So thank you so much. Thanks also to those that have been combating coronavirus back home in the UK. So obviously that's the NHS workers, it's key workers, but it's also anyone who's been supporting family members or other members of their local community. And a special shout out to colleagues at Barnet Council and other councils across the UK who I've heard have done an amazing job tackling the impact of the virus in local communities. So thanks so much. Lots of people have been asking about the impact of coronavirus here in Kenya. Well, as of yesterday, official statistics showed that there have been around 1,100 cases identified and around 50 deaths. But, clearly, that doesn't go anywhere to kind of showing the whole story and the impact, kind of economically and socially, in a place like Kenya is so big. But you're probably bored of hearing my voice, so what I thought I'd do was interview Seth Mwangi, who's the service delivery manager here at Macheo. Here's what he had to say.
Most of these parents, for example, they are casual laborers, and being told to stay at home without going to job, then they cannot afford to to buy food for their children. A case in example is when parents, a parent who washes clothes for her survival, but they cannot be allowed to get into that estate. So, yeah, that means their daily bread is affected. They can't provide for their children. Macheo responded through what we call cash transfer. Yesterday, for example, we were on a field trip to find out how the cash transfer is working. And we managed to see 3 parents, and it was amazing when you hear the stories. All of them were sick, but you hear one decided to buy medicine, but another one just went out there and paid house rent. The need was, let me pay house rent. It's raining. I cannot allow my children to go outside and be drained. So let me just sort out the landlord, and then these are internal. If food is an internal thing, and then I can try to manage that. Another one just said, food is everything. I don't want house rent, food. I don't want to buy medicine. Let me just buy food for my children, and I'm safe with that. Yeah. So different choices that people are making out of this cash transfer. More help is needed. It's getting tougher with more cases being announced daily, more measures the government taking in. So even like the supplies of, for example, food is going down. Food prices, they have started coming up. Yeah, more needs to be done. A lot of need to be done.
So I guess my take on things from talking to Seth and others here at Macheo is that Corona has actually highlighted even more the importance of Kipawa and Macheo as a safety net for the most vulnerable in society here. So when you just about get by on a day-to-day basis, if someone stops your kids from going to school or stops you from going to work, then the consequences can be pretty disastrous. Thankfully, because of their flexibility and their focus on needs, Macheo have managed to set up a really effective system of cash transfers, which provides relief in the most critical areas to those really vulnerable families. And we're starting to see the positive impacts of that. I wanted to mention the staff. So I knew that they were committed before, but this is on a whole new level. So I've seen sacrifices like people giving up half their salary to the Corona Relief Fund, or staying in the children's home to look after the children here throughout the whole period of lockdown, despite having a family and children elsewhere, which they're not able to see. It's really touched me. It's staggering, the sacrifices that they're making. It also has shown me that Kenya really, and Macheo and Kipawa need some more help. Kenya is in the grip of floods and locust plagues as well as corona, and the projected peak time for corona is not actually until August or September. So it's going to be a long time of battling this and real economic turmoil for families here. They're going to need a lot of support then, and they're going to need a lot of support after that has died down a bit to get back on their feet and back to the level that they were at before. So my ask is pretty much the same. Keep taking an interest, keep sharing, maybe spare a thought for those in Kenya and other countries around the world who are either impacted by corona or battling against it, and support. If you can and you want to donate, then the money will have a real immediate impact for families here. And because of the sacrifices of the staff that I really want to honour, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match fund any contributions to the Corona Relief Fund. So your money, if you do donate, will go twice as far. Anyway, that's all from me for now. I want you to stay safe, I want you to stay healthy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.